Yeah, I think so. I think we made, I think we were up to 120, 130. For meals? I would say we were like 150. Yeah. This year we only ordered 100. Yeah, I had probably about 10 frames, I think, that I have in front of me. Bigger kid that day, 10 or 12. Not bad.
Good evening. We'd like to welcome everybody to the Senior Athletic Banquet, a time when we all come together to recognize our senior athletes and their athletic career. None of this would be possible without the continued support from Mr. Trombley, our administrators, and especially our parents that come out and support their students and the athletes throughout the year. We'd also like to take a minute to say thank you to Dale for all the years that he dedicated to coaching and for the help he has given to the Booster Club. So we hope you enjoy your meal and the presentation. Thank you.
2015 graduate. I'm sure everybody recognizes him. He did some fine things at our school. And currently attending Siena College. He's a member of the Siena tennis team. So without further ado, I'd like to have Mr. Brendan Boutan come up because he's so nervous. He shook so much at the table, all I could do to hold my plate still. Okay, buddy?
Alright, so to start, I guess I haven't had spaghetti dinner like that in a while, and that's not a joke at my mother. Thank you to the kitchen staff for the spaghetti dinner. So when I was asked to speak today at the ceremony, immediately kind of like caught me in my tracks, and it brought back memories that seemed like they were from like so long ago. But now that I'm standing up here, it seems like it was kind of yesterday that I was sitting in your guys' seat, anticipating the last month of high school, not really knowing, like kind of having like a college picked out or whatever, or knowing if we're going to the workforce and that type of thing, but not really knowing what the next few months were going to involve. So yeah, your lives are about to drastically change for most of you. All the coaches that I had here at NCCS, I looked up to immensely. And a lot of times, step back and realize that some of the lessons you learned on the court, practice, after practice, they were much bigger than just playing a sport. It was, the life lessons, the laughs after soccer practice, the staying after basketball practice for 3 hours talking to Coach Guerin, that really kind of go the farthest. So now I do play tennis at Siena College. I did continue the student-athlete route. But I don't really want to talk too much about myself tonight because tonight's about you guys, and quite frankly, I'm not really that interesting. So, now, I just want to point out a few main points tonight that I want to resonate with you guys. One, we'll start with the most important one, I think. It's a privilege to play high school sports. One, to be able-bodied to even play is one thing. Another thing to really consider is all the sacrifices that your parents, grandparents, everyone's made to why you can play high school sports and do all the things you can. And also remembering that being a student is the most important thing of the student-athlete experience. It's kind of like an outside of classroom learning activity if you really think about it. All the things you learn, all the things you take away from practices, whether it be the discipline to time manage, and things of that nature. So just be thankful. I've kind of been fortunate enough to travel to some places where people literally just don't have running water. So it really is a privilege to be able to do everything that all of you guys in front of me are able to do. And then another main point, focus really on the important parts of playing sports. I kind of already touched on it. Sure, you may remember a big sectional win, which I know some of you guys are sectional champs out here. Time sectional champ. But really, you're not going to remember a 3-1 victory over Northern Adirondack in your junior year of high school. You're going to remember the talk after the game where someone was having a bad day and you picked them up, or the ride home on the bus, those type of things. Those are the things you're going to remember. So remember why you did everything you did in high school and why you guys, what made you into who you are today sitting here. Third, another important one for me is the team atmosphere, and that everyone kind of has a value on that team. A lot of times you get into the thing of like playing time and whatnot, but that really does not matter at all. Everyone is part of whatever team you're on. That's the kind of the same thing goes right on to apply into the workforce, I think, as I'm just starting to delve a little bit into the workforce world. But everyone, no matter who they are, has something that they can bring, and you don't need to think that you're better or talk down to anyone because you may have more experience or a little more natural talent or whatever. But working hard goes a really long way, I think. And that leads me into another thing. Another one of the most important things, coachability. I don't want to speak for any of the coaches, but I think, especially at the high school level, one of the main things you look for probably is if a kid is coachable. And I'm sure he'll correct me if I'm wrong. But, one of the main things really is coachability. If you're able to listen and to absorb everything that the coaches have to say, they all have a lot of experience doing what they do and a lot of success. If you're able to really listen to them and apply it to your game and execute it in the game plan, and it really kind of will carry you right into life. If you can't be coached by a coach, it's really kind of just like your boss. Really think about it, and you have to do a job. So if you can't listen to your boss, then I don't think you're going to be at that job very long. So really, just being able to be coachable, I think, goes a long way. Lastly, as you guys move forward, your lives are going to all change no matter what you're doing, whether workforce, military, post-high school education. Just constantly evaluate why and what and who you're surrounding yourself with, what you're doing, because all those things kind of shape who you are. Like in high school, you don't really have that much of a choice, you're with the same kids all the time and stuff. But as you move on, you're going to realize that you kind of can pick who you want to hang out with, and you can pick why you're doing something and where you're going and what you're doing. There's a lot of freedom with that, but also a lot of responsibility. So don't forget a lot of the things that you hold dear to yourself, and don't be afraid to stand up for what you believe in and do what you want to do going forward. And a lot of that comes from the values you learn here, being a student athlete at NCCS. Like I said, all the coaches and the teachers here, they do a good job of instilling a good foundation for you to move forward on with your lives. So I'm not going to stay up here and talk all night, so that's pretty much everything I got, but you guys should be all very proud of yourselves, and good luck to you.
I've been doing this a long time, and this is the first time I've ever had to wear glasses. So I'll be the first to admit it. I can remember years back, go to some awards, and Andy Landry would put glasses on, or Dale Hawksby, or somebody of that nature, the old guys. And and I'd laugh at them. Well, I guess tonight I was in a little bit of a panic like Brandon was. I forgot my glasses at home. Where else do you find a pair of glasses? You go out to the bar. Everybody's handed them to. It worked out pretty well, so thank you, Carol, for getting these for me. On the program, we're going to have the presentation of frames, and Nick and I will do that. They're on the program. We got all the senior athletes on the program itself. What I'm going to do is read the names of the ones that aren't here, just to recognize who they were. You know, certain things come up, people can't make it. It's a busy world, so it's very understandable. But I'd like to just say their names, and then we'll continue on with the athletes that are here. So Andrew Arliss, Owen Babby, Austin Brunette, Destiny Cronkrite, Haley Disco, Harley Green, Kyler Gay, Nicole Lamberton, Courtney LaBoncher, Julia Laterno, Michael McLeod, Robert Parent, Paige Sicard, Valerie Simmons, Gregory Falumas, and Lauren White. And for the athletes that are here, what we'll do is we won't rush through it. We'll give you a chance to get up here. Julie, you'll be taking a picture, and Calvin will get a good shot of it. And while I'm mentioning these two people, valuable assets to our program, right there. And a big round of applause. I mean, I'll talk about Julie first. A couple of excellent years in our basketball program, and she created and put together 2 books for me that they're just phenomenal, unbelievable, and different pictures of us in state play and stuff, and things that I'll cherish the rest of my life. Calvin, I make one call or I ask or a favor. Naturally, he gives me that little hard time, but he's always there for me. I know that's hard to believe about Calvin, but he's always there for me. I want a video of a game or anything of that nature, and just a valuable asset. And that's another thing for you athletes graduating. Years down the road, you're going to have these videos, these tapes, and you can show them to your kids and stuff like that. Here was mom or dad in high school. That's a valuable thing. Not all schools have that, but it's just nice to have. And if you ever, even of this tonight, if you want a copy of this to have forever, Calvin's got it. And again, a big thank you to you two people. It's people like you that make things like this keep happening. Okay, Sydney Barrier. Sydney has participated in varsity track her freshman and junior year, JV basketball her freshman year, and varsity softball her senior year. She has played in the school's soccer program for all 4 years in high school. Sydney was captain of the varsity soccer team her senior year. Also, all 4 years has been recognized for NCCS Scholar Athlete. Colby Ware. Two-year letter winner in soccer, won the Scholar Athlete Award both years and was a team captain his senior year. 4-year letter winner in hockey, received the Scholar Athlete Award all 4 years. Team captain his senior year, and received a Section 7 All-Star Honorable Mention Award. He also received the All-Academic Award his senior year of the winter season. 3-year letter winner in baseball, received Scholar Athlete Award all 3 years, and was a team captain his senior year. Natalie was a member of the 2016 Section 7 basketball championship team and a part of the 2017 Section 7 semifinalist team. This year, she was named MVP of the team and was also captain. As an 8th grader, she was a part of the 2013 CBAC champion JV basketball team. Along with basketball, Natalie was a part of the 2015 Section 7 semifinalist volleyball team and the 2016 Section 7 championship team. Her junior year, she received MIP, an honorable mention. Her senior year, she was named captain, MVP, and first team of her section. During the sub-regional volleyball match, she set up a total of 1,378 assists for her teammates to kill, and the team went on to regionals. Devin Bhutan. As both a junior and senior, Devin was a letter recipient in soccer, basketball, and tennis. He was a member of the 2016 and 2017 Section 7 basketball championship teams. He was a member of the 2016 CBAC championship tennis team. Kayla Carter. One-year letter winner in soccer, was a member of the 2016 sectional finalist team. One-year letter winner in softball, was a member of the 2017 team, received team MVP, and was named to CBAC first team. Four-year letter winner in basketball, was a member of the 2016 Section 7 championship and regional finalist team, and was a member of the 2017 Section 7 finalist team, and was named to the CBAC All-Star First Team for the 2014, 15, and 16 season, and named Team MVP in the 2015, and 2016, and was named to the All-State 6 Team in 2016 and reached 1,000 career varsity points in 2016. Zachary Catanzarita. 1-year varsity letter winner in bowling. Nicholas Duffy. Nick Duffy is a 2-year letter winner in varsity soccer. During both seasons, the team suffered heartbreaking losses in the semifinals. Recipient of CBAC First Team All-Star and MVP award during the 2016 season. 3-year letter winner for the varsity basketball team, which he joined sophomore year. Most improved player during the 2015-16 season, and CBAC honorable mention for the 2016-17 season. The basketball team was CBAC champions during the 2015-16 season and won the sectional title during the 2015-16 and 16-17 season. Received his White Letter Award for joining the tennis team senior year. Parker Favreau. Parker Favreau received Most Improved in Varsity Baseball as a sophomore. He also received Most Improved Varsity Hockey as a senior and was captain for the varsity baseball his senior year. Brianna Forkey. Two-year letter winner on varsity softball, 3 years on JV softball, while being named Most Improved Player her 8th grade year. Captain of JV softball team as a sophomore and varsity captain as a senior. Sierra Gallo. Sierra was a 4-year letter winner in soccer. started her varsity career as captain and MVP of her CBAC champion JV team in 2013. Was a member of the 2016 CBAC champion varsity team, two-time varsity soccer MVP, and two-time CBAC Section 7 First Team All-Star, her junior and senior year. She finished her last season leading her team as captain, leading the league in goals, and tied the record for NCCS as the most goals scored in a varsity game at 4. She was also recognized as a member of the New York State 5th Team All-Star in 2016 and was the Robert E. Hebert Award winner during her last soccer season. Sierra was a 2-year letter winner in basketball and a 1-year letter winner in tennis. Dylan Grennan.
Which wonder?
2-year letter winner in soccer and 2-year letter winner in baseball. Was a second team All-Star in 2016 for soccer. Daryl, I'm sure you can make this game. All right, Nicole Cater. Nicole joined varsity volleyball her freshman year. This year, she was awarded with the Most Improved Player Award. In her junior year of volleyball, Nicole was captain of her team, most valuable player, and named second team All-Star for the section. In her final year of varsity volleyball, Nicole was captain of the volleyball team that won the sectional title for the first time in 40 years and went further than any team coach under Brent Baker. She made Section 7 First Team All-Star and made Third Team All-State. Jacob Mossy. Jacob was a 3-sport athlete in soccer, basketball, and tennis. Jacob was a member of the soccer team in both 2015 and 16, winning the Pizza Hut tournament in 2016. Jacob was a member of the 2015-16, 16-17 basketball seasons. The team won the CBAC title in 2015-16 and won the sectional title both seasons. In the 2016-17 season, the basketball made it to state play, but then being eliminated by Canton. Jacob won the Most Improved Player Award in the 2015-2016 basketball season. Jacob started his tennis career in 10th grade during the 2015 season. Jacob won the Most Improved Player Award in the 2015 tennis season. In the 2016 season, the tennis team won the CBAC championship, and Jacob Mossy was named the first team CBAC's doubles All-Star. Andrew Nolak. Two-year letter winner in soccer and was named to the CBAC All-Star second team for the 2016 season. 3-year letter winner in baseball, a 2-sport captain as a senior. Thomas Patrick. Letter winner for 3 consecutive years, sophomore, junior, senior year for varsity soccer. Letter winner for 2 consecutive years, sophomore, junior year for varsity baseball. Gavin Racine. 4-year member of varsity cross-country team, MVP for the 2014-15 season, captain for the 2016-17 season, 4-year member of varsity track team, captain for the 2016-17 season. Jacqueline Rasco. Two-year letter winner in volleyball, was a member of the 2015 Section 7 Class C semifinalist team, 2016 Section 7 Class C championship, Section 7 Class C sub-regionals championship, and regional semifinalist. Was named the CBAC All-Star Honorable Mention of the team in 2016. Roberts. 4-year varsity hockey player, 1-year assistant captain, 1-year varsity soccer player. Keegan Ross. 2-year letter winner in soccer. Abby Sample. Abby is a 3-year letter winner in soccer and basketball. In soccer, she was named to the CBAC First Team All-Star her senior year. Abby was recognized as MVP during her junior and senior year in both soccer and basketball. She was a member of the 2015-16 Section 7 Basketball Championship and Regional Championship team. In basketball, she was recognized on the CBAC All-Star teams, 3rd Team 2016 and 1st Team 2017. Abby was a 2-sport captain as a senior. Abby also participated in the track during her junior year and softball during her senior year. Okay, we'll have Mr. Herrica come up and he's going to give out the scholarship recipients.
Thank you, Coach Dumas. I always enjoy coming here this evening. It's a wonderful evening, and it's great to see how many families and former athletes, alumni come back to this and support their other family members. If I could say one thing, that I know the school, our school, we're all very proud of it, and it is certainly the hub of the community. If it's the hub of the community, I would say that athletics are a huge part of that. And you should all be very proud of your accomplishments, and I wish all of you seniors the very best in the future. With that being said, the Northeastern Clinton Booster Club Athletic Scholarship for 2017 is awarded to Abby Sample and Colby Boyer.
All right, so I guess they picked me to talk last tonight. I have quite a few things to go over and some pretty big points that actually I feel like when I started listening to Brennan's speech, we must have bought it from the same site, because it seems like I'm going to pretty much talk about the same identical things that he kind of focused on. First of all, I want to congratulate all of you seniors. This is going to be something that you will remember your entire life. Athletics is a huge deal. It's something that I still reflect upon now. I still remember games, I still remember shots, I still remember seconds of when I played. So this stuff is going to stick with you, it's not going to go away. And as Brennan said, you are lucky enough to have this opportunity. He's been to places where running water is a hot commodity. That is something that people are hoping for. Whereas you guys get this wonderful opportunity to compete in interscholastic athletics, to go to a great school, and to be surrounded by a bunch of positive people. So congratulations to all of you. I wish you luck in the future, and hopefully everything stays along the right path. In the next few weeks, as he said, you're going to live through a whirlwind. You're going to be making huge decisions. I know you've made a couple huge decisions, but you're going to be making more decisions. And this is going to be a very weird part of your life where you have to think a lot and you have to make sure you're making the right decisions. But believe me, if you choose a wrong one, you'll fix it later. It'll all come back and everything will be fine. I want you to take time to reflect on everything that has happened in the last 18 years of your life. You're not going to remember some of it, but maybe just the past 4 years of your life. I want you to remember the wins. I want you to remember the losses. I want you to remember the good stuff that happened to you and also the bad stuff that you probably learned from. I want you to remember the triumphs that you had and the heartbreaks that you felt. As you reflect, I want you to realize that sports were much more than what meets the eye. It is what a lot of people call a head fake. A head fake is when you think one thing is happening, but another thing is happening. And as you went to practice every night and you went to every game and your coach talked to you, they were teaching you more than sports. They were teaching you how to live your life. They were teaching you how to make the right decisions. They were teaching you how to deal with those heartbreaks and how to deal properly with the triumphs. They taught you adversity. They taught you how to play well with others. They taught you how to bring a team player back into the game if they may look like they're out. As I reflect back to that time, and as you reflect, I want you to start thinking about specific things. And when I think back to that time, I think about the coaches that made impacts on my life. And as you do this, I want you to remember that as this stuff happens in your life, you have to be thankful for it. And I specifically had a coach that he taught more than wrestling. It was more than that. He taught us life, as I said before. And couple specific things from him. He taught us to know what you're up against and to do your best. In a specific instance, wrestling, I'll say disliked. I don't want to say hated. We disliked Peru. We wanted to beat Peru. That was the team that we wanted to beat. So our senior year, my senior year, and another one of my wrestlers, his senior year, the first time we got up against Peru, the luck of the draw was that he had to wrestle last. And we got to the last match, we were ahead by 4 points in the team score. Now for those of you who have no idea about wrestling, let me tell you. If you get pinned, they get 6 points. If you pin them, you get 6 points. If they beat you by 8 or less points, they get 3 points. And if you beat them by 8 or more points, you get 3 points. But if they beat you by more than 8, they get 5. Now, there's a very interesting point in this. As he went out on the match, I tapped him in the back and I said, don't get beat by 8 plus points. Did he know what he was up against? Yes. Was he outmatched? Yes. Was he going to get beat? Yes. We knew it. We knew it as he walked out in the match. But the only thing, as he walked out, our coach looked at him and said, know what you're up against and know what you need to do. And he knew that what he needed to do was lose by less than 9 points, 8 or less. At the end of 6 minutes, he got up. His face was bloodied. He was exhausted, and he had got beat by 6 points. And we won the match. Why? Because as he walked out, it wasn't about winning or losing. It was about our coach saying to him, you know what you're up against. You know what you need to do. And he did it. Now the second time rolls around we played Peru, it was my chance. And this time, I got pulled up to beat wrestling last, which was a little scary because sometimes it's worse when you're expected to win. When I got up, we were losing by 5 points. And you may think right now this is a fairy tale and I'm making this stuff up. If you go back to 2006, these were the scores. We were losing by 5 points, which if you do the math and you paid attention before, I need to pin the other guy. Luckily enough, he gave me the courage when I walked out and he says, you know what you need to do, you know what you're up against. I can't tell you anything that I haven't taught you already. And I did pin him, and when I pinned him, I knew it was happening. I couldn't raise my hands high enough. I couldn't. Why? Because it's that moment of being proud, being triumphant, and knowing you can do what you're expected to do. Whether that be lose by 8 or less, or pin someone. So that was one lesson from him. That's only one. There's a couple. The second thing is, I told you I pinned one kid. That doesn't mean that I pinned everyone. Throughout my entire time, I wrestled 7 state champions from 10th, 11th, and 12th grade. 7 state champions in wrestling. That means that when I walked out, I saw the person across the mat and I said, this might be Mob Nick Day. And it wasn't going to be fun, but I knew it could happen. And I still remember I wrestled a kid from downstate Amsterdam. And I walked off the mat. I lost by 14 points. And he told me, good job. And I'm like, good job. He says, good job. You lasted 6 minutes with a state champion. And I still remember, oh my gosh, I lasted 6 minutes with a state champion. Is that great? Yes, it is. It was. It was a loss, but it was great because I knew what was expected. And if I could do something and get that expectation, then I won. It wasn't always about winning the match. It was about winning in your own sense. He taught perseverance, and this is the one that I'm going to finish on. There was one kid from Beekman Town, my entire high school career, I could not beat him. Every time I walked out on the match, he would give me more things. He'd say, try this, try that. Couldn't beat him. But he never gave up on me. He said, every single time you go out there, you need to try harder. He's going to relax, you need to try harder. Every single time, try harder, try this, do that. The last time I was set to wrestle this kid was in the semifinals of the sectional tournament of my senior year. He said the same thing, you need to try harder. I won the match 8-7. And again, get up, you embrace him. Why? Because he never gave up. He never gave up on me. Those are the things you need to remember. So, your coaches, make sure you tell them thank you. In the same sense, there's someone probably sitting with you right now, your parents. It goes without saying that if you have not thanked them yet, if they're not sitting with you, you should probably look at them right now. Sometime tonight, thank them. Guys, they dragged you a lot of places. They spent a lot of time. Why? Not because of anything, but because they love you and they want you to succeed, and they spend the time because they want to see you out there and working hard. Obviously, that is what it is, and they're going to do that in the future. So to end tonight, I read something last year, and I will read it again because I think it's going to be my trademark from now on. Let me know what you think. There's a book that was given to me when I was in college and when I had expressed a lot of interest in coaching, and it is called Wooden. And if you guys don't know, there was a coach, UCLA? John Wooden for UCLA. This book is full of inspiration, it's full of his life lessons, and it's full of things that he has collected throughout his coaching career, which was very, very decorated. He was a great coach. And this one is titled, he did not write this, so I can't give him credit for it, but it's titled, A Parent Talks to a Child Before the First Game. This is your first game, my child. I hope you win. I hope you win for your sake and not mine. Because winning is nice. It's a good feeling. Like the whole world is yours, but it passes this feeling. And what lasts is what you've learned. And what you learn about is life. That's what sports are all about, life. The whole thing is played out in an afternoon, the happiness of life, the miseries, the joys, and the heartbreaks. There's no telling what'll turn up. There's no telling whether they'll toss you out in the first 5 minutes or whether you'll stay in for the long haul. There's no telling how you'll do. You might be a hero, or you might be absolutely nothing. There's just no telling. Too much depends on chance, on how the ball bounces. I'm not talking about the game, my child. I'm talking about life. But it's life that the game is all about, just as I said. Because every game is life, and life is a game, a serious game, dead serious. But that's what you do with serious things. You do your best. You take what comes, and you run with it. Winning is fun, sure. But winning is not the point. Wanting to win is the point. Not giving up is the point. Never being satisfied with what you have done is the point. Never letting up is the point. And never letting anyone down is the point. Play to win, sure, but lose like a champion. Because it's not winning that counts. What counts is trying. Thanks for coming tonight.
Just want to let everybody know, Carol didn't get me a piece of cake. Those are very enlightening words by Nick right there. Very enlightening. And the quote he read from John Wooden was one of the best. And whatever he said is all true. Coaching has changed a lot over the years. And I could mention some names, and there's not probably just one or two people in here that would recognize them, but 45 years ago, this June, I graduated. And I had coaches of John Hamilton, might remember people like that. And back then, there were even times where if you didn't play well, and even if it was a cold or wintry night, you might not be allowed to ride home on the bus. He'd tell you to find your own way home. That's how much things have changed in 45 years. Oh yeah. But trust me, hey, there, right there. Things have really changed. Even I've been told I've gotten soft because I'm an old school coach and I was around, you know, the George Brennlers and Hamiltons. And Calvin knows all these names, and it was a lot different then. But I'm going to tell you what, it's for the good. Coaches now have to have a little common sense. You've got to know how to speak to people. You've got to know how to treat people the way you want to be treated. And you seniors have to do that. As you move on, you've got to treat people the way you want to be treated. And life will be good. Trust me. And one last thing. 45 years ago when I was on that stage graduating, I looked around, and some of those people I haven't seen since. Trust me, when you graduate that night, it'll be the last time you see some of them people. So take in the moment. And if there are people that have really changed their life out there, especially mom and dad, like Nick said, you give them a big hug. Show them. Time goes by fast. I'll tell you just a quick little joke at the end. It's like my mother, she's going to turn 93, June. Says, you know, the older I get, life's like a roll of toilet tissue. The closer you get to the end, faster it goes. Seniors, good luck to you, and God bless you. Bye.
That's my check coming in.